3, so I know everybody's got to get back to school and stuff, so. We're gonna go ahead and get started. Thank you guys for coming. I was telling them our student, some of them are sick, some of them are on field trips, and so we have one student represented. Thank you for coming, Chris. And then, so you're representing student body today, and thank you to the parents and DSHS, DHS people here with us today too. So let's go ahead and get started. Some quick things: flu and strep are going around. Please wash your hands, and if this is my PSA. If someone asks you, this is what we're doing at school. If you have running fever anytime within the last 24 hours, you have to stay home. That's without fever-reducing medications. I've gotten that question a lot. I've had kids, well, I was running fever last night. Why'd you come to school? My mom said I had to come. So, just throwing it out there, that's what we're doing at Prairiland. If you've been running fever anytime in the last 24 hours, you gotta stay home. If you're throwing up anytime in the last 24 hours, you gotta stay home. So we're trying to keep all that at bay. Seeing lots of sore throats, some strep, but then flu is starting to circulate around us. So we'll keep that in mind. If anybody asks us what we're doing. Other thing, wellness plan. Does anybody have anything that they wanted to talk about with the wellness plan? Ms. Clarkson's here. If y'all had any suggestions with that. Anybody have any? Okay. Well, we're going to get started. This is Lauren Reeves and Lee Holder and Kitty, do you get your last name?
Hayes.
Hayes?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and they're from Department of DSHS. She's from Silver Springs, from Paris and Silver Springs? Okay. And she's going to talk to us about Narcan today. So, you're welcome.
Hello. This will be my first time presenting ever, so just bear with me. So, like she said, I am Lauren. I work with the Department of State Health Services. Kenny is with me in Sulphur Springs, and I've been working with Mandy Watson and is it on? Okay. And Carla McKenzie on this presentation. We're trying to just get the word out. Answer any questions. I do not have all the answers. I'm not going to act like I do. So if you have questions and I can't answer them, I will promise to get the answer for you. But again, just bear with me. So what is Narcan? Narcan is the FDA-approved prescription medicine used for the treatment of known or suspected opioid overdose emergency. It will temporarily reduce the potentially deadly respiratory depressive effects for lethal and illicit drugs. It can be given right away and does not take the place of emergency medical care. It binds to the opioid receptors in the brain, so it just simply does not allow those to bind, which can temporarily reverse an overdose, or what they're now trying to term it as poisoning. It treats poisoning or overdose, not the addiction. It only works for about 30 minutes, so it is very possible that depending on the amount of the person's body that they can actually go into another overdose. So that's why when you administer Narcan, emergency response should be contacted, and then you stay with that patient, and you may have to continue to administer doses. It can be administered into the muscle, veins, under the skin, or into the nose. What this is a nasal Narcan. It may work immediately within 2 to 3 minutes. However, it can take up to 8 minutes. It depends on several things: the quantity, the quality of the drug. I don't hate to use that word, but in response to the issues, that's why these are now, they have 2 doses in them instead of just 1. So they're 2 4 milligram doses. It may be repeated without harm to the patient. They can have some side effects. It's kind of like you don't feel like you're sick or what, but if somebody's coming out of an overdose, situation. They're not gonna feel great anyway. It does not have an effect on a person who does not have opioids in their system. It's safe and effective in children for known or suspected opioid overdose. So I think we'll talk about this, but I'll just say it now. One dose goes in one nostril, and then every 2 to 3 minutes you can administer a second dose, but you switch nostrils, so every time you do it. And you want to continue to administer until the patient responds, is responsive. It does not, Narcan does not work on non-opioid sedatives, so Valium, Xanax. Well, I don't want to say, okay, but doesn't work on those. Stimulants and not all non-approved drugs for human consumption, so veterinary drugs. The only problem with Narcan, I don't know if that's on there, is not having it when you need it. I don't know if I should describe what an opioid. Does everybody here know what an opioid is?
I was gonna ask that, like, I was sitting here back thinking, I don't know what an opioid is really, and also, you know, like on our elementary campus, maybe they just got some of grandma's cholesterol medicine or something that looked like candy. I mean, I don't know what, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
And so they're passing that out. I would think that wouldn't be an opioid, but is there anything to help